Okay, so I am gonna read this story because this is one of our favorite stories of all time. And I'm gonna
I'm
share it with you
excited.
guys. Yeah, it is pretty exciting. Okay, so here's the story. All right, so it says drunk Turkish man reportedly missing joins search party for himself. All right, this is so good. A missing drunk Turkish man had the shock of his life when he realized he had joined a search party looking for himself on Tuesday. Behan Mutali, 50, was reportedly
Wait, what was his name?
Stop. Behan Mutali. I don't know. Shut up. And
Behan?
you're gonna ruin the fucking story. Stop talking.
No, I'm in
You're
it.
on mute. Okay, I can't hear with you right now. Okay, unmute yourself and be civil. Okay.
Yeah, be civil. Come on.
Behan,
Okay,
I'm trying
tell
to
us the
read this
story.
story. You're ruining it. Behan Mutulu, 50, was reported missing by his wife after she couldn't get in contact with him for a few hours after he didn't return home.
Who was
Matulu,
Behan fucking?
this is Matulu, who lives in a city called Ingol, I don't know, in the northwestern province of Bursa. Anyways, I can't read anyways. Was
You
not
don't
in
know
what
places.
was not in danger. He was simply out drinking with some friends. The man wandered into the forest after his drinking party, and
And
his friends
stumbled
could.
upon a podcast with his brother and sister.
You're ruining this story. His
Not.
friends couldn't locate him. They joined his wife when she reported him missing. While walking through the dense forest, Matulu encountered teams of first responders and locals who had formed a search party for a missing person. So he joined a search party. He moved by the search party. Matulu decided to help the search as well. And no one involved realized that he was the object of their search.
He's the trickster.
The drunk Turkish man helped search for the missing person for hours before realizing that
While
he
eating bananas and
while
mustard.
while realizing that he himself had been reported missing, he only discovered that the search party had been organized to find him when he heard first responders and volunteers shouting his own name. The man shouted, "I'm here!" So I just see this whole thing as it. That'd be like, Behan Matulu, where are you? And he's like, I'm right here.
He's like, but he said it and he had a mouthful of mustard and bananas.
So the man shouted, I'm here, to the great confusion of his search party colleagues out there, who had searched for the missing man for hours.
At least laid down.
So they wouldn't have seen him in the bush. Anyways.
No, when he said, I'm here, you should have laid down.
So Matulu then informed the authorities that indeed he himself was the person they were looking for. The authorities took the statement from the drunk man and then took him home. I just love that only after a couple hours of being missing, Turkey will totally go and look for you like you're dead.
They had all those earthquakes. I mean, maybe.
What are those earthquakes? What are you talking about?
They had some earthquakes in Turkey.
Well, what is that?
Destroyed a lot of things.
I'm sorry. That's reportedly the drunk man was worried that his family would be.
How long ago did this happen?
Reportedly, this was not recent. Reportedly the drunk man
was not recent.
No, because we're bringing it. Oh my goodness, you are so annoying
like
sometimes.
It was like a year ago. It was right after the pandemic.
Anyways,
Okay,
reportedly, the drunk man was worried that his family would be upset with him for the debacle.
They thought we're going to be upset.
They're going to be so mad at me. Although it seems improbable, this is not the first instance of a missing person joining their own search party.
Him?
No, a person joining their own.
I was like, wait a minute. You tell me this guy is routinely joining his own search party. I was like, no.
So, and this is the guy. This is the guy right here. I just love that he joined his own. Like, how would you not notice this in person?
Listen, I think you could join your own search party. They're like, hey, this guy's missing, and you're like, I'm gonna help, and then they're like, Don, and you're like, my name's Don, and they're like, the third. You're like, wait a second. How many Don the thirds could there be?
I just love this story so
It's
much.
a great story.
Yeah, it's a good story.
But can I add this to it? How many times?
Do add
because
to
I
the
haven't
story.
talked at all during this episode, so now I'm gonna add.
Yeah.
I know I've tried to be quiet, but I think you guys need to hear my voice.
Well, Vetta likes to interrupt a lot, so.
Oh yeah, she's a pushy bitch. So now, can I say this? How many times when you're combing through news stories on your Apple News phone thing, do you hit a story and you're like, oh my God, and then you hit on it and it's like, and then it's like, whatever, it's like, person put their whole face in a blender in Kyrgyzstan. And you're like, oh yeah. But during the whole thing, you're like, when you started, you're like, no American did this. And then you're just like, oh yeah, I was right. No American did this. It was some guy in Kyrgyzstan who barely made it through the dirt, not kindergarten, the dirt.
Right on.
And then you're like, of course he shoved his face into the bottom of a blender full of Captain Crunch. I almost did that. It was just unplugged during the time.
Right on.
There are so many news stories where I'm like, you're like, okay, thank you, clickbait. That wasn't a real person. It was someone who wasn't an American. And I know that seems harsh saying they're not a real person. They're completely real persons. They're just growing up in a wheat field thinking that bugs are the latest technology. They're not.
But if you look into it, it has happened in many countries. And many people have joined their own search parties, which I love.
Yeah, I love that
It's a great story.
Yeah, it is a great story.
It makes
I'll turn and listen, I will help anyone they want look for me. The main person I help look for me, her name's Christine. She's my therapist. She's doing a great job finding me. I shouldn't be involved in that search party.
Right on. Okay. All right, well, this
I
was
really
fun.
was hoping he would enjoy the story the way we do, but he did not.
He did not as much
What
as
do
we
you
did.
mean I did not?
You did not laugh till you cried. We both had tears.
I didn't cry.
No, you didn't. I laughed so hard I cried. So did he.
Wait. From the search party story?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a good story. It's a good story. I think that guy is an asshole who was drunk and joined his own search party. That's fair.
Right
I'm not trying to take anything away from this Turkish man. I'm just saying
experience.
It's obviously a Turkish man.
Obviously, it's definitely not American. Because this,
Yeah.
because we wouldn't do it after hours. If it was some dude
from Alabama, he would have shot his own foot off because he thought it was a possum.
We would not have organized a search party in America 2 hours after someone went missing.
I can't get a hold of my husband. Get the search party ready. Get the search party ready. We will find Behan. Like,
right. That's exactly it.
Behan is not answering. Behan is not answering his text. Let's get the search party ready.
Listen, I'm surprised that before joining his own search party, he hadn't eaten his own foot.
Right.
I mean, it happened 2 hours. He was probably starving.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hungry right now, and I've been in this for what, 35 minutes?
No, longer than that. Longer than that. It's okay though. All right, we're gonna wrap it up and everything. All right, good times.
Okay.